Hey, this is Coach Swanson, corners coach from the University of West Florida. What we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about the art of cornerback play. See the keys that reveal the picture. I always tell my guys, playing the defensive back position, especially the cornerback position, it's all about eye discipline and knowing where to have your eyes at. It doesn't matter if you're playing zone coverage, if you're playing man coverage, you have some key. Whether you're reading number 2, number 3 in a pattern read, or whether you're looking for hips dropping, lateral shoulder rotations, your key will always tell you what the picture is. To tell you a little bit about myself, been coaching at West Florida for 2 years now, coached at Georgia Prep Sports Academy. Before my time here at West Florida, worked with quarterbacks, running backs, and played corner myself. Played corner for numerous years. Played at Wake Forest University from 2002 to 2006. Was the starting cornerback on our 2006 ACC championship team, and then I went on to play a 5-year professional career in the Arena Football League, playing with teams like the Arizona Rattlers and the Tampa Bay Storm, in which I won an Arena Bowl with the Arizona Rattlers in 2013. We're going to talk about the art of cornerback play. Let's get into it. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about today, we're going to talk about the importance of eye discipline. Okay, my personal philosophy, CCC to the V, in which you'll find all about. Okay, 3 daily drills that I use that improve movement and player football awareness. Okay, and also press techniques. Get a lot of questions from a lot of guys. Which techniques do I personally like? And I feel like the techniques depends on the personnel that you got. Okay, how to properly mirror. Okay, using a lateral step, diagonal step, or backward steps. Okay, and then finish circuits. Finish circuits show you so what we do with our finish circuits. And then just playing man-to-man, the mindset of playing man-to-man, the mindset of playing the football while it's in the air, and why good arm action is so critical playing the cornerback position. Okay, and then most importantly, tackling. Okay, what's the technique in tackling? How do we attack defenders? Okay, and then just improving hip flexibility, and then what type of player that I love to develop, and the intangibles that I look for when I'm recruiting a football player. Okay, so first one, eye discipline. Eye discipline is key playing the cornerback position. It's going to always start and end with your eyes. Your eyes can be your best friend, or your eyes can be your worst enemy. Okay, and what I tell my guys, you must always know your keys. Okay, like I said, in man-to-man situations, or in zone coverage situations, or pattern match coverages, okay, know your keys. Know your keys. Know which receiver you're looking at. Okay, also, in man situation, the hips, okay? What part of the hips are you looking at? Are you looking at the inside hip or the outside hip? Is the hips verticals? Is the hips sinking, dropping? Or is the shoulders rotating lateral or horizontal routes? Also, wide receiver's demeanor, okay? When the ball's in the air, is the wide receiver accelerating? Is the wide receiver decelerating? Is he looking like it's going to be an over-the-top throw, or is his shoulders rotating like it's going to be a back shoulder throw? Okay, all of these are keys that you can see with your eyes, and it always comes down to eye discipline. And the most important part about eye discipline is your eye discipline throughout your transition and drive. Okay, once you T-step, I know you see a lot of guys, I see a lot of my young guys come in, they want to T-step, and as they're T-stepping, transitioning, they want to look at the quarterback throughout their play and drive. And so really always coach the guys to transition with their eyes as they're T-stepping. They need to be driving to the angle of the right receiver's outside arm. Okay, we always talk about matching hip angles, but if you can transition and drive with good eye discipline to the receiver's outside arm, you're going to transition faster and eliminate any wasted movements coming at your transition and drive and break. I've got a 2-minute video I've shot with my guys doing an individual circuit. Let's get to it. Here's my coaching point.
find that football, get your name in the paper.
Now that clip, I was talking about eye transition throughout the transition and drive with the eyes. Really want those guys to transition to that outside arm. I'm always reinforcing with my guys, we need to eliminate the one-handed catch. And so if your eyes can transition to the outside arm, it lets you know that you're on the correct angle, to be able to make a play on that football, because the wide receiver is going to always track that football and catch the ball with his hands. And so, for instance, if the wide receiver was running a vertical route, and he's got both hands up, we want to take the angle to this most outside arm, because we want to eliminate the one-handed catch and make the wide receiver have to turn his inside hand over to make that catch. You see a lot of guys, they've got the ability to kind of push off and take it. And so what we're teaching, hey, angle at that outside arm with your eyes and take away that one-hand catch by stabbing that outside arm. And the only quickest way you're going to get to that outside arm is to have good eye discipline throughout your transition. My personal philosophy, and what I teach, is a philosophy called CCC to the V. And the C stands for compress, cram, and cut off to the V of the neck. The first phase, compress, means squeezing space correctly, with proper angles and under control. And so really, it's just matching the hip angle. Being able to compress that space rather quickly, with the correct angle and with the correct eye discipline it takes to compress that space. Let's just say you're coming down to make a tackle, being able to compress that space under control. The next phase is the cram phase. The cram phase is getting hip to hip with a wide receiver having great arm action. So arm action, is everything for a cornerback. You don't want to have a corner that has bad arm action, because one, your arm action allows you to be able to come out your transition much faster. But if you're crammed up on the wide receiver's inside hip, you're going to create a natural rip chop motion with a good arm pump, 90-degree ear to pocket type running motion. And then the next phase is the cutoff phase, getting to a stack position on a vertical route, or being able to get to the V of the neck, to where you can be able to read the wide receiver's demeanor and how he's going to catch the football. And once I tell my guys, we got to go through the CCC process to get to the V, because once you're at the V of the neck, great things can happen. Great things can happen. You have a license to go find the football. You can go stab the outside arm, and you can make a play on the football. Even if you are in a trail position, let's just say you didn't compress, you didn't cram, you're in a cutoff position, and you're just trailing. If you can still get to the V of the neck and be able to play through the body and match the hands, you've always got a chance if you can get to the V. And that's why we call it the spot. And the reason I kind of went to this philosophy, in the heat of the battle, I feel like my corners needed trigger words that can let them know what they need to improve on immediately. So if they're matching the hip angles incorrectly, be like, hey, you need to compress a little bit better. If they're in the cram phase, they're not quite hip to hip with the guy, they're kind of running and space is kind of between them and the wide receiver, hey, you need to cram a little bit better. You need to cram, get into his hip, create a natural rip chop, and then cut off. Hey, you're not cutting off the route, because tell my guys all the time, don't break to where he's at, break to where he's going to be. Break to where he's trying to get to be. If he's trying to get to a vertical route and it's after 20 yards and you know that he's going deep, hey, go ahead, stack him, cut him off. Hey, if he's breaking on some outside breaking route, hey, go ahead, transition your eyes to his outside arm and break to that cutoff position where that football is supposed to be thrown at. So the next clips I'm going to show you, going to show you some team reps, some one-on-one reps and some guys CCC into. He does an excellent job, with his read steps, but he really doesn't cram and get into the guy. But he does get into an excellent cutoff position, into which he stabs the outside arm, and then breaks the football up. Now, hindsight, looking back at it, I love the result of the play. The result is what matters the most. But he does an excellent job, matching the hip angle, compressing the space. Want to see him get into the body a little bit more. okay, but he compresses to a cutoff to a stab of the outside arm. Okay, next clip. Okay, looking at the corner. Okay, he does an excellent job, okay, keeping his leverage, okay, on this wide receiver. Wide receiver kind of slightly stems him inside. He keeps his leverage, okay. He also, okay, compresses, okay, but then he gets into a cram position to where he's hip to hip with the guy, and now he's in a cutoff position at the V of the neck and has a license, okay, to go play the football. Okay, he does an excellent job getting his head around, okay, disrupting the timing of the play, okay, by cramming, and locking this guy down. Okay, this next rep, okay, corner does a good job, okay, pretty decent job right here, okay, matching the hip angle, okay. Once again, want to see him get more into the body, want to see him cram the hip a little bit more, okay, cram with the rip chop motion, so he needs to get into the body a little bit more, okay, but he does an excellent job, okay, with his eyes, okay, getting to the V of the neck, okay, even though he was in a slight trail position, okay, he did not, okay, look back, okay, either to the inside or to the outside, okay, he went to the V of the neck, and now he knows I need to go ahead and stab this outside arm, okay, and break this football up, okay, and he did an excellent job right there, okay, from a compress to a cutoff to the V of the neck, right at the spot to make a play. Okay, 3 daily drills, okay, that I work with my guys each and every day. We're going to always start off with 4-line drills. Okay, and then we go to a hip read drill. Sometimes they'll hip read off me, and then sometimes they'll hip read off each other. Okay, mirroring similar routes. Okay, and then also you'll see a drill that I like to do. It's an eye transition drill with a number call. Okay, so the first drill that you can see, okay, we're working an open hip line drill. Okay, really in this drill, okay, just really trying to see the guys transfer the weight, okay, from the outside leg and be able to come straight back downhill, okay, throughout the warm-up process, okay. Every drill that I do correlates directly with the game. Playing the cornerback position, okay, you're going to always be on the line, okay, some form of line, whether you're zoning up, okay, playing a route deep to short, okay, midpoint in the route, you're going to always stay on your line, okay, and want to have the guys to be able to get through this line drill, okay, without any false steps. Okay, so as you can see, you know, a couple of these guys, okay, they've got some false steps, okay, at the top when they transition their weight, okay, and really want to see those guys transition in one smooth movement, okay, and be powerful and explosive as they come down the line. Okay, and we'll go both ways, okay, as you can see, you know, this kid right here, okay, he's got some false steps in there, okay, really want to see these guys, okay, eliminate these false steps. Okay, now we go to a speed turn. Okay, so once again, okay, sometimes I'll have these guys backpedal. Okay, sometimes they'll backpedal, open up, speed turn, come down the line. Okay, now they're going from an open hip position, working the line. Okay, snapping the head, snapping the elbow, coming back down that line. Seeing who can explode, transition, and drive, control their body, control their arms, and be able to be an explosive cornerback. Okay, want to see a little bit more explosive at this guy. Okay, really needs to throw this left elbow. Okay, needs to go ahead, throw the left elbow, snap the head around, okay, and be able to transition. Okay, it's all about having the ability, okay, to sink your hips. Okay, as you can see, this kid on the outside, okay, pretty quick kid. Okay, he transitions his weight. Okay, transitions his weight naturally, snaps the elbow, snaps the head, comes up out of it pretty clean. Okay, just pure reaction, pure reaction. Okay, next drill that you see, okay, this is kind of our hip read drill. Okay, so what I do is I kind of have the guys mirror me. Okay, what they're looking for in their man-to-man keys is keying the inside hip. Okay, as you can see, okay, I'm just running a simple hitch route. Okay, and when I drop my hips, these guys need to go ahead and start the transition and break. Okay, it really lets me know, okay, what guys are looking at, okay, where they have their eyes at, okay. Now we will do this drill, okay, partnered up with each other where I'll have 4 receivers, 4 DBs, everybody runs a hitch, everybody's keying the inside hip, okay, or whether they'll run some type of 5-yard in route, okay, or some type of slant route, everybody keying the hip, or some type of 5-yard out route, everybody compressing, cramming to the hip, okay. So in this one, everybody's keying me, okay, looking who can transition and drive out that break the quickness as they see my hips drop. Okay, once again, same deal, okay. Want to see these guys have no wasted steps, okay, no wasted steps, transition and drive on me, transition and drive on me. See my hips drop. That is the key on my inside hip in man-to-man situations. Okay, this time I'm running the 5-yard in route. Okay, running the 5-yard in route. Okay, want to see the guy snap the head. Okay, want to see the head snap. Want to see the head snap. Okay, look at the eyes. Okay, going to the next rep. Want to see the head snap. Going to the cutoff position. Okay, let's see, like this kid, eyes is still on me. He needs to transition, okay, his eyes to that wide receiver. Okay, he needs to transition the eyes to the wide out. Okay, next one, going the other way. Okay, going the other way. Okay, not bad, right here. The eyes snap. Okay, and they're just keying my hip. Okay, just getting used to their eye discipline, seeing the hip. Okay, and then seeing the lateral rotation, okay, of the wide receiver's shoulders that lets them know that the wide out is running some type of horizontal route. Okay, same deal right here. Okay, want to see this kid transition a little bit faster. Okay, he does a much better job with his eyes. Okay, he needs to work on his arm pump. Okay, he needs to come out of it, needs to pump those arms a little bit faster. Okay, the next one I'll do. Okay, still warming up. Okay, we're still kind of in the beginning of our indie phase. Okay, just working on angles. Okay, having guys break on the angles, for instance, in a team scale period. Okay, just warming the guys up, shimmying up on me. Okay, so I'm just going to run on air. Okay, break to a spot. Okay, this way. Okay, the angle's different for this guy. The angle's different for this guy. The angle's different for this guy. And the angle's different for this guy. Okay, ball has been thrown. We're breaking on the ball. Okay, break it to the guy, shimmying up in an athletic position. Okay, same deal. Okay, want to see this kid, okay, transition a little bit faster to me. Okay, he has a pretty decent transition and drive. Okay, pretty decent transition and drive. Okay, really working the eyes. Okay, everybody eyes should snap to me. Okay, should snap to me when they transition and drive. Okay, and then once again, okay, we'll go to the open hip position now. Okay, we'll go to the open hip position. Okay, these guys are going on their line. Okay, and then once I break down, they see my hips drop. He's breaking to me. He's shimmying to me. He's shimmying to me. Okay, hip read pursuit. Hip read pursuit. Very similar. Okay, and then once again, just another shot at it. Guys got their hips open the other way. Okay, just working it in all directions, okay? Seeing who can pivot, who can come out of their transition and drive with the correct eye discipline and the correct transition, which should be a powerful, explosive movement. Okay, so this is the next one, okay? Now we're doing hip read drills, okay? Partnered up, break the guys up evenly. Okay, and now they're keying each other. Okay, now they're keying each other. Okay, as you can see in this rep, okay, this kid, okay, he has a good T-step. Okay, transitions and drives correctly. Okay, with his eyes. Okay, as you can see, this kid kind of bicycles at the top and then T-steps. Okay, really want quick, powerful, explosive movements. Okay, should be just read step, T-step, transition and drive. Okay, this next one we do, okay, I call it numbers read. Okay, it kind of incorporates kind of your read step, kind of incorporates your T-step into it, but really still emphasizing your eye discipline with the numbers call. So simple drill, okay, have the guys start in square position, okay, and looking for the guys, okay, who's going to snap their head, okay, who's going to snap their head, okay, in this position, and call the number out. Okay, so as you can see, I've got the number 1 up. Okay, want to see his eyes snap to me, say the number, and I'm going to throw the ball. Okay, the ball could be high, ball could be low. They should go attack the football when the ball's in the air. Okay, once again, okay, he's in a good athletic position. Re-step, re-step. Okay, want to see the eyes snap? Not bad. Okay, I gave him the number 4 on that one. Okay, he transitions the eyes. Okay, he still can pump his arms a little bit better coming out this break. Okay, 1 foot jump, attacking the football in the air. Okay, good. Okay, good job by this kid. Okay, snaps the head correctly, sees the number clear, lets me know what they're looking at. Okay, so really we're just simulating the outside breaking route, 45-degree angle. Once again, a lot of times you see the guys want to transition and drive, T-stepping, looking at the quarterback. I want the guys to be able to backpedal, T-step, snap the eyes, snap the head to the outside arm so they have the correct angle. Okay, and then they've got a license to go be a ball player and find that football. Okay, this kid, okay, eyes is looking down at the ground. Okay, as he backpedal, eyes looking at the ground. Okay, really don't want that. Okay, eyes should be on our keys. Okay, whether he's in a pattern match concept or a man-to-man concept, okay, his eyes needs to be specifically looking at a target. Okay, I tell my guys all the time, if you aim small, you miss small. You aim big, you miss big. Okay, he needs to find the smallest detail, okay, on that hip in a man-to-man situation, okay, and put his focus there. Okay, he will be able to mirror that correctly. Okay, so he just needs to get his eyes up. Okay, not bad on his T-step. Okay, and the fact that his eyes were down, okay, in his pedal, okay, allows him to call out the number 1 a little bit more delayed. Okay, same deal. Okay, as you can see, okay, as I take it back, he's transitioning and driving. Okay, his eyes is looking at the ground. Okay, his eyes is looking at the ground. He needs to get his eyes up, and as soon as he T-step, he needs to be able to see me holding up the number 5. Okay, eye discipline, eye discipline, eye discipline, eye discipline. That's what I say a lot at practice. Okay, as you can see, he missed the number. He was looking at the ground. Okay, next one, this kid. Okay, transition, snaps the head fairly quick. Okay, he snaps the head fairly quick. Good T-step, snaps it, calls the number out. Okay, next topic. Okay, what is the best press technique? Okay, get this question a lot. What's the best press technique? Is inch motor the best technique? Are you a mirror stab? Are you a stab bump? Lateral mirror bump? Are you a lateral mirror catch? Okay, what I feel like is the best press technique is the best technique that fits your personnel. Okay, the personnel that we have here at University of West Florida, okay, we have agile, quick corners. Okay, but in my group right now, you know, I really don't have a 4-3 guy. Okay, it's only very few 4-3 guys out there, and it's really very few 4-4 guys out there. And so what we typically do, we play an inch motor technique. Okay, and the whole concept behind the inch motor technique is being able to eliminate the explosive vertical play from a press alignment. And so I tell my guys on top of all the time, okay, they need to stay on top of the route. Okay, if we can stay on top of the route in an inch motor technique, okay, we're going to eliminate the explosive play. Okay, the next one is kind of a stab bump technique. Okay, stab bump technique is kind of, you know, if you've got a fast guy. Okay, if you've got a fast guy, he can absolutely run. He has good recovery speed. Okay, a stab bump where you can be a little bit more aggressive at the line of scrimmage with your hands and feet. Okay, this might be a good technique for you guys if you got some blazers out there to where they can go ahead, stab a guy at the line of scrimmage, and then if he does get slipped or not, have the ability to recover. And so the way I teach my inch motor technique, you know, we're always inching back. Okay, just inching back, inching back, inching back. Okay, and then we get into our steps, kind of a diagonal step or a lateral step. And so really the concept of it, okay, inch motor technique, the ability to give ground and the ability to stay on the route at the line of scrimmage, in which I'll get more into detail about. Okay, the next one is the stab bump technique. Okay, it's just the ability to stab and recoil. Stab, recoil with the hands, stab and recoil with the feet. Okay, you always want to stab, come to balance. Stab, come to balance. Okay, being a premium athlete, you got to always be in total body control, and that's having absolute balance. So when teaching the stab bump technique, it's always a nice balanced stance. Okay, not when the balls snap to where you get wide feet, both legs go wide, or one leg goes wide, or you have a false step in there. You want to have a nice balanced stance to where you can stab and recoil. And then the next one is a lateral mirror bump and lateral mirror catch, to where you're kind of mirroring the inside hip, but you're kind of taking a lateral step. And so let's get into what's a lateral step and a diagonal step. Okay, so to properly mirror and react, or mirror to anticipate, I use the word lateral step and diagonal step all the time. You know, both steps can be used in press techniques and really an off-man coverage technique. And so the way I teach it is a lateral step is just stepping flat down the line, okay, whether with your left foot or your right foot, okay? A diagonal step is a 45-degree step backwards, okay? 45-degree step backwards, but having the ability to keep your shoulders square while you're diagonal stepping. So once again, you can see I got the guys all in the line, okay? And what we're going to do, I just tell them lateral step, okay? You'll see them work side to side, okay? Side to side, okay? When I say diagonal step, they'll work more back at a 45-degree angle. So we're diagonal stepping right now, okay? And so diagonal stepping is key in the inch motor press technique, okay? Because you got to have the ability, okay, to take a backward step, which is pretty much just giving ground, going back, okay? But then once you go backwards and give ground on your inch motor technique, you have to have the ability to diagonal step to mirror the release of that wide out. And so when teaching, okay, the motor technique, okay, I always start with the inch motor. We're going to always start with stand. So as you can see, you know, this kid's kind of all balled up looking at the ground. This kid's got his knees in a little bit, kind of hunched over. Okay, he's kind of looking at the ground. Okay, this kid, he's got his hands up. Okay, really want everybody to have their hands up, nice and relaxed. Okay, to where they feel comfortable, to where they don't have any false steps in their movements. Okay, want to eliminate all false steps. So we'll work our stances for a little bit, and then as you can see, we'll get back into our inch phase. Our inch phase is just quiet feet, okay, nice 6-inch steps, okay, keeping our feet as close to the ground as possible. Okay, really don't want to have big inch steps to where you get off balance, or to where you rock back on your heels and get your shoulders in the air. You want to stay nice and square, okay, with a nice 6-inch, okay, inch step back. So as you can see, okay, we're just inching back. Okay, we're just inching back, inching back, inching back. Okay, just giving ground, taking just a pure backward step. Pure backward step. Okay, now, okay, as we get into the next phase of the motor technique, okay, as you can see, I'm pointing them in a direction, okay, and now we're shooting opposite hand, opposite release. Okay, so let's just say, I'm the corner. Okay, a wide receiver is releasing to my right. Okay, we should be diagonal stepping, shooting the left hand. If he's going to your right, we're stabbing with the left hand. If he's releasing to your left, we're stabbing with the right hand while diagonal stepping, staying square. And so going through the progression of it, okay, I'm just giving the guys a simple direction. Okay, these guys should be diagonal stepping, okay, not overextending, okay, staying balanced, okay, shooting the opposite hand, imagining the release of a wide out. Okay, just staying square as you can see. Okay, this kid's kind of picking his feet up. Okay, feet should be as close to the ground as possible. Close to the ground as possible. Okay, right here, not bad. Okay, not bad by this kid right here. Okay, he's kind of just inching off. Okay, just needs to get his head up. Okay, needs to get his head up. Okay, and when I talk about Okay, low eyes, okay, in the press motor technique. Okay, really don't want the guy's eyes in the shoulder or the head area. Okay, really want low eyes in the hip area, kind of thigh region, and then you can even take your eyes as low as the knees. Okay, so that way the guys can see the release clear, eliminating seeing the wide receiver's shoulder shimmy. Okay, because wideout's a good wideout. He's going to keep his shoulders square, but he's going to get a good DB leaning left or right based off his release and the shimmy rock of his shoulders. Okay, and so that's why I teach low eyes, okay, and then being able to backward step, diagonal step, stay on top of the route, and close them out at the line of scrimmage. Okay, so now we're into the next progression. Okay, we're with a partner. Okay, and that partner is just releasing in and out. Okay, releasing in and out. Okay, at this phase, okay, we're still not shooting the hands yet. Okay, we're just mirroring the hip. Okay, with a diagonal step. Okay, and then just staying on top of it. Staying on top of it. Staying V to V. Okay, V to V. V of the neck to his V of the neck. Staying on top of the route. Okay, and really want to see the guys keep their hands up. Okay, they need to keep their hands up. Okay, next progression of it. Okay, now we're going to start to work some hands. Okay, now we're starting to work opposite hand, opposite release. Okay, not bad by this kid. Okay, he's staying square. Okay, want to see him stay square a little bit more. Okay, and not get so high. Okay, but diagonal step, stay square. Diagonal step, stay square. Okay, not bad right here. Not bad. Okay, should shoot the left, should shoot the right. Okay, we're back on air, back on air. Okay, diagonal stepping. Can never do enough of this stuff. Okay, once again, sometimes tell the guys have their hands behind the back. Okay, just working on mirroring that hip, inside hip. Okay, staying on top of the route. Eliminating the explosive play. We truly feel like if we can eliminate the explosive play, we're going to always have a chance to win a ball game. Okay, here's me. Okay, just working down the line, working with a kid. Love the fact that he's got his hands up, ready to stab at any time. Okay, now back into it. Okay, working the hands, working the hands. Okay, now he's working the hands on me. He does a good job right here, working the hands, working the hands, working the hands. Good. Okay, now here's a quick demo. Okay, got a one-on-one rep of a guy, you know, working the inch motor technique. Okay, as you can see. Okay, as you can see. Okay, I've got him probably about 1.5 yards off the line of scrimmage. Okay, really tell these guys, be strategic in your alignment. Okay, we really don't want to crowd the guy. Okay, because the more closer you are to him, the less time you have to react. Okay, playing the inch motor press technique. Okay, you've got to be patient. Okay, you've got to be patient. Okay, everybody has different skill set. Every receiver has different speeds, different quickness. Okay, so I've got this corner. He's lined up about 1.5 yards off the line of scrimmage. He's got a good stance, got his hands up. Okay, and as you can see, okay, he takes his backward step, takes a good backward step. Okay, then he diagonal steps. He shoots the opposite hand, closes this guy out at the line of scrimmage. Okay, wins at the line of scrimmage, completely on top of the route. Win for the corner. Okay, this next rep you're going to see, okay, he does a good job initially, okay, but playing the inch motor technique, if you don't stay square, okay, you're going to give the wide receiver a chance to separate from you. So as you can see, okay, this DB, okay, he gets at the proper alignment, okay, and you see that he kind of just goes backwards. Okay, he just goes backwards, goes backwards, goes backwards, but he starts to open up. Okay, you see he's kind of caught. Okay, wish he kept his shoulders square, okay, and used more of a diagonal step. Okay, and right there he's still not in bad position. Okay, he's not in bad position right there. Okay, he just needs to stay square. Okay, he needs to stay square, let this receiver dance in and out, and waste more time at the line of scrimmage. Okay, if we can get a receiver just working lateral side to side, and prevent him from getting to his route, okay, that's a win for us. Okay, but as you can see, this guy slips him. Okay, then he has to go to a speed turn, slips him to the inside. Okay, and now we're in a trail position. Okay, now we're in a trail position. Okay, and he shouldn't be looking back. Okay, in the trail position. Okay, he needs to be fighting to this upfield shoulder, outside arm. Okay, but the fact that okay, he made this receiver, okay, take a lot of inside-out releases at the line of scrimmage, disrupt the timing of the throw. Okay? Next thing, okay, finish circuits. Okay, finish circuits. Finish circuits is critical. Okay, I feel like we've had a lot of improvement with the corners working the finish circuit each and every day. Okay, and really, okay, you hear a lot of coaches talk about just pure stabbing, pure stabbing. What I teach is stabbing the outside arm. Okay, I'm going to say that repetitively, stab the outside arm. We want to be strategic in which arm we're stabbing. Okay, we're not just stabbing the inside arm to where the receiver outside arm is still free and he can make the one-hand catch. We want to stab this outside arm, okay, and make that wide receiver turn over and make a top 10 play catch. Okay, so we're always strategically stabbing outside arm in the finish circuit. Okay, and if it's a high ball and the receiver squares up, okay, we're really teaching the guys, separate the arms, get chest to chest, okay, and disrupt that one. Okay, and then also anytime we're stabbing, we're always securing the tackle, stabbing. Okay, so as you can see, okay, in this finish circuit, okay, we're just practicing the over-the-top throw. Okay, this guy in the middle, he's got the tackle secured with his left hand, okay, and he's stabbing, okay, that outside arm. Okay, perfect. He's got his hand on his outside hand. Good. He can't make the one-handed catch. Okay, so we'll do this. Okay, we'll work over-the-top throws. Okay, and then we'll come back and we'll work back shoulder throws. Okay, reading the wide receiver's demeanor. Okay, wide receiver's demeanor. Okay, at the V of the neck. For the back shoulder throw, more than likely, wide receiver is decelerating. Okay, his shoulders is rotating outside. Okay, and we're still stabbing that outside arm. Okay, that way if it's the back shoulder throw, he can't one-hand it like this. Okay, we want to eliminate this arm and make him have to put that inside arm up to make that one-handed catch. Okay, and then that next one, okay, this is once again back shoulder. Okay, securing the tackle, take away that back shoulder throw. Okay, and then the next one is just the two arms separate your chest to chest. Okay, once that receiver squares up and tries to go over the top. Okay, so pretty much the philosophy, the mindset behind the man-to-man concept is win at your leverage. Okay, win at your leverage. Okay, you're gonna always take away something and run to something. If we've got a corner aligned inside eye, okay, from a press alignment or from an off alignment or vice versa, from an outside eye or outside leverage. Okay, we want you to win at your leverage. Okay, win at your leverage. Okay, it is key to win at your leverage, especially if you're inside leverage. Okay, that means he shouldn't catch a dig route. That means he shouldn't catch a post route if you're inside leverage. If you're outside leverage, he shouldn't catch a corner route. He shouldn't catch an out route. Okay, so win at your leverage mindset. Okay, and then the next one is know your keys. Okay, key the inside hip. Is the hips vertical or are the hips horizontal? Okay, and then also once you see the hips rotate, you should see the shoulders rotate. Is the shoulders vertical, okay, or is the shoulders horizontal, and does the hips and the shoulders match up? Okay, should be able to work that demeanor every single day, and then of course via the neck demeanor on vertical routes. Okay, ability to play the over the top throw or the ability to play the back shoulder throw like you just saw in our finish circuit. Okay, and then playing the football in the air. Okay, it's so critical. Okay, really teach the guys always high point the football. Okay, always catch it at the highest point. Okay, if you're kind of crammed up with a wide out, you're hip to hip, you're at the V of the neck, and you're coming at it, and he looks and you look and you match his eyes. Okay, high eyes, high eyes. Okay, the higher level that you come up, you very rarely see the football come out the quarterback's arm. Okay, you very see it come out his hand. Okay, so you got to know that that ball is already in the air. Okay, it's always traveling. So on the vertical ball, high eyes. Okay, high eyes, high eyes. Okay, and then great DBs have the ability to jump off one leg and high point the football. Okay, guys who can jump off one leg has the ability to attack the ball quicker in the air. But more importantly, when you land off one leg, you land balanced on two legs. Okay, a lot of times I see, a lot of corners, they're running with a receiver. They compress, they cramp, they have the V of the neck, but once they go up for 2 feet and they get bumped in the air off a 2 feet jump, you lose balance. You lose body control being a 2-foot jumper. Okay, you want to be able to control your body, control your eyes by jumping off on 1 foot, attacking that football. Okay, and then good running form. Good running form. It's everything. I know I hit upon it earlier. Just want to reiterate. Okay, good running form creates a natural rip chop motion. Okay, when cramming the hip of a wide out. Okay, no need to arm bar and disrupt timing. Okay, a good running motion is all it takes. Okay, especially in the cram phase, to where you get a natural rip chop, disrupting the timing of a pass. Okay, and being able to disrupt that wide receiver when he's trying to transition and come out of his break. Okay, and then, hey, it also helps you in your pedal. Okay, if you're a square pedaler, okay, coming out that break, okay, you got to be able to have good arm action, your T-step, and transition and drive. Okay, and as you can see in this drill, you know, I have the guys get side by side, and they're just rip chopping. They're just rip chopping, leaning. Of course, I want to see these guys lean on each other a little bit more. Okay, now they get into the motion. Okay, and just creating some type of natural rip chop, disrupting timing, disrupting body control, disrupting footwork by rip chop motion when you crammed up in the hip. As you can see, same deal. Okay, he's doing a better job leaning on the guy. Okay, leaning on him. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to talk about tackling. Really feel like philosophy in tackling, you make tackles with your eyes and feet. Okay, it's going to always start with your eyes, but your feet has to match your eyes. And so what we teach here at University of West Florida is shimmy your feet. And that's just rapid foot fire, quick foot fire, controlled motions, good athletic football position, and we're always tackling near hip, near leg. Okay, and then really just want that inside leg to split that crotch. Okay, near hip, near leg, split the crotch. That way if he wants to kind of spin out of it, he's going to have to roll out of it. And so you can never go wrong mirroring near hip, near leg. So for instance, if I was the tackler, okay, and the ball carrier was coming at me, I'm going to match my inside leg on his outside leg, okay, and make a good form tackle. Okay, and then we're going to talk about hip flexibility. Hip flexibility is key playing the corner position. Okay, you cannot work on your hip flexibility enough. Okay, what I do a lot, work a lot of dynamic hip mobility exercises in the off period. Let's just say you got a couple guys, it's a special teams period going on. They've got some free time instead of just sitting around drinking water. You know, really want those guys taking advantage of that time, doing some form of hip rotations, working each individual hip socket. Okay, they can be on their back. Okay, doing some type of scorpion, always working on hip flexibility, growing improvement in core strength at the corner position. Okay, and this is just a list of, you know, kind of the things that I do. You know, they can do some type of hip abduction stretch. They can get on all fours, do a frog stretch. You can do some type of groin stretch in a lunge position, kind of pushing your knee out. Okay, kind of do a scorpion, okay, on your chest, okay, going toe to hand, okay, just emphasizing hip flexibility, and then sometimes just seated hip rotations, and then sometimes we'll have the guys work the line, working on hip flexibility. You know, incorporating hip flexibility into your individual drills can do tremendous things for your corners. Okay, and then player intangibles. Okay, player intangibles. You know, what I'm looking for special-minded guys that live the game of football, that loves to prepare and loves the process of preparation. You know, guys that are eagerly seeking ways to get better physically, mentally, spiritually. You know, those are the guys that I enjoy working with day in, day out. You know, football's a grind. It takes a lot of intelligence to be able to play this game at a high level, but you have to be intelligent, okay, in the way you prepare. Okay, and someone who wants to be good at this game, they're dedicated to the process of preparing. You know, they know that you know, you can really never take any days off. You know, you're always striving to be the best that you can be, and that you're just always striving to learn. And so as we get into the position more, you know, I love the mentally tough guys. You know, guys that have next play mentality. You know, let's face it, at the cornerback position, you're going to get beat. I've never met a corner that didn't get beat. Want guys that's able to have a bad rep, flush that bad rep, and get back in, play the correct technique, have the correct focus, and come back and make a play. And that's what the cornerback position is all about, is your response. How are you going to respond to adversity? How are you going to respond to getting beat? How are you going to respond to giving up a first down, touchdown? Okay, and you got to come back with your next best rep. And I love guys that display that type of mental toughness. and then guys that love to compete. You know, this game is about competing, and really at the cornerback position, you know, all these positions is one-on-one matchups. You know, I love guys that just compete, rain, sunshine, snow, tired, sore, whatever it may be. When they step between them lines, they're competing. And then versatile athletes with versatile skills. You know, when I go out recruiting, I'm looking for versatile guys. You know, guys that in the high school level, middle school level, didn't specialize in one position, kind of has a versatile athletic background. Okay, because sometimes playing corner, okay, you're going to have to be able to chase that pop fly like a center fielder. Okay, sometimes you're going to have the footwork of a soccer player. Okay, sometimes you know, you're going to have the core strength of a wrestler and to be able to contort your body and go from a bad position to put yourself in good position. So don't limit yourself on sports. You know, I love the cognitive of it. You know, guys using different skills mentally in sports. You know, I can see it play out on the field. Okay, so love versatile guys, and then just love guys that have versatile sensory skills also. Okay, and so this is it. Okay, I really hope that you really like the art of cornerback play. Once again, my name is Riley Swanson, current corners coach here at University of West Florida. I can be reached at 404-964-6287 or my email, RileySwanson@gmail.com, and then you can even hit me up on Twitter at _Coach Swanson. If you've got any questions, any feedback, send me an email, send me a text. Okay, when I get some free time, would love to respond back to you. Love to talk ball. Certainly appreciate it. Hope this helped once again, and go Argos.